gentlemen, and welcome to Fort Knox, Kentucky. I am Major Roderick Mack, your narrator for today's graduation ceremony. At this time, we would like to welcome all general officers, senior officers, and distinguished guests. Today's ceremony honors the successful completion of Advance Camp. The graduating unit for today is the 6th Regiment of Advance Camp, the General Carl W. Steiner Regiment. The commander of troops for today's ceremony is Cadet Justin Stapleton from Austin Peay State University. The color guard is comprised of cadets selected from the regiment. They are led by Cadet Tin-Yu Chu from Youngstown State University. Also participating in today's ceremony is the America's First Corps Band from Joint Base Lewis McChord, Washington, commanded by CW3 Robert M. Bronze. To your right, you'll see the salute battery, provided by the Steel Squadron, 3rd Cavalry Regiment from Fort Hood, Texas, and led by First Lieutenant Nicole Walsh and Sergeant First Class Colt Southon. This ceremony marks the culmination of 38 days of rigorous and intensive training for these young men and women. For them, Advance Camp served as a test of their leadership abilities and potential to be an officer. They have emerged from this challenge confident in their ability to assume the tremendous responsibilities of being an Army officer. The cadets of the 6th Regiment are now formed in front of you. Each regiment has had the honor of having bestowed upon it a namesake. This namesake is in honor of a general officer whose values and accomplishments represent the best the Army has to offer. 6th Regiment has had the distinct privilege of honoring General Carl W. Steiner. General Carl Steiner is a retired United States Army general who served as the second Commander-in-Chief of the United States Special Operations Command from 1990 to 1993. General Steiner graduated from Tennessee Polytechnical Institute in 1958 and commissioned as a second lieutenant in the U.S. Army through ROTC. His duties range from operations officer with the 4th Infantry Division in Vietnam, commander of the 2nd Battalion, 325th Airborne Infantry Regiment with the 82nd Airborne Division, and commander of Joint Task Force South, serving as the operational commander of all forces employed in Operation Just Cause in Panama during 1989. General Steiner's awards and decorations include the Defense Superior Service Medal with Oak Leaf Cluster, the Legion of Merit with Oak Leaf Cluster, the Purple Heart, the Army General Staff Identification Badge, and the Joint Chiefs of Staff Service Badge. In honor of their completion of Advance Camp, the cadets from the General Carl W. Steiner Regiment will be receiving a 3-gun salute in the form of a cadet cannonade. In a moment, the commander of troops will bring the units to attention and present arms. The reviewing officer for today's ceremony is Lieutenant General Donnie Walker, Deputy Commanding General for the United States Army Materiel Command. He is accompanied by the host and the Regimental Tactical Officer, Lieutenant Colonel Morgan Green. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entrance of the official party and remain standing for the rendering of honors to the reviewing officer and the invocation offered by Chaplain Candidate First Lieutenant Philip Link.
Let us pray. Father, today we say thank you because your mercy endures forever. Thank you for the fortitude that you have blessed us with throughout cadet summer training. Thank you for the guidance that you have given our leadership, the direction that you have given our regimental cadre, the perseverance that you have cultivated in 6th Regiment cadets, and the continuous comfort and care that you use to constantly cover our families and loved ones. You have crowned the efforts of 6th Regiment cadets with success, and I ask that you would continue to help them persevere. Help them to continue to remember all of these relationships that they have developed, the accomplishments that they have achieved, and the many lessons in both leadership and excellence that they have learned. Throughout this journey, you are there with them each step of the way as a light that shines. You shine your light of hope. You've given them the ability to persevere, and for this, we say thank you, knowing that it was by your power that helped them to make it through. Thank you for all that you do for us and all that you'll continue to do. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. The colors are now being brought forward by the Commander of Troops. The flags present for today's ceremony are the national colors, the Army Field Flag, and the Cadet Command colors.
Sir, the colors are present. Good command.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our national anthem and remain standing during the firing of the cadet cannonade. We ask that military personnel in uniform maintain their hand salute until the completion of the cadet cannonade. The United States Army ROTC Cadet Cannonade salutes the three pillars of service to our nation. Duty. Obedience and disciplined performance despite difficulty or danger. Duty requires self-responsibility and selfless devotion. Honor. Encompassing integrity and dedication. Honor is the thread which holds together the fabric of our Army. Country, for which men and women have given their lives. Our country shines as a light of freedom and dignity to the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. The Cadet Creed was adopted to instill in Army cadets the values that are critical for successful performance. Cadet Faith Cheatnick from the University of Alaska Fairbanks will now recite the Cadet Creed.
The Cadet Creed. I am an Army cadet. Soon I will take an oath and become an Army officer, committed to defending the values which make this nation great. Honor is my touchstone. I understand mission first and people always. I am the past, the spirit of those warriors who have made the final sacrifice. I am the present, the scholar and apprentice soldier enhancing my skills in the science of warfare and the art of leadership. But above all, I am the future warrior leader of the United States Army. May God give me the compassion and judgment to lead and the gallantry in battle to win. I will do my duty. Leadership excellence, sir.
The greater community of Fort Knox and our national and local service organizations are here to show their support to our future Army leaders. These cadets have demonstrated superior character and service throughout training and will be recognized for their efforts. We kindly ask family and friends to remain seated during the awards presentation. The awardees will be brought forward immediately following the ceremony for pictures. The AUSA Leadership Excellence Award is presented by Mr. Troy Cott. The award is presented to the top cadet in each regiment as determined by a regimental cadre board. This award is presented to Cadet Luke Vandenberg from the University of Minnesota, Twin Cities. The Military Order of the World Wars Award is presented by Colonel Retired Dale Stewart. The award is presented to the cadet who best demonstrates the ability to evaluate, analyze, apply, and understand experiences and capabilities to solve tactical problem sets. This award is presented to Cadet Garrett Wood from Tarleton State University. The Military Officers Association of America Award is presented by Colonel Retired Dale Stewart. The award is given to the cadet that has demonstrated superior dedication to duty and established a positive command presence by accepting accountability for self and assigned unit through employment of team members while applying the fundamentals of leadership. This award is presented to Cadet Grant Norman from the Citadel. The Reserve Organization of America Award is presented by Major Lucas Toth. This award is given to the cadet that embodies the characteristics of a comprehensive soldier by demonstrating resilience, the lifelong pursuit of enhanced performance to cope with adversity and stressful situations and thrive in life. This award is presented to Cadet Alden Kay from State University of New York, Brockport. The Bold Leader Spirit Award is presented by Command Sergeant Major Retired Charlie Freely to the cadet who best demonstrates appropriate motivational techniques, inspirational leadership, and the spirit of a leader. This award is presented to Cadet Jacob Blair from the University of New Hampshire. The first Command Financial Service Award is presented by Ms. Sonia McNeil to the cadet who best demonstrates the leadership traits necessary to encourage teamwork, improve unit cohesion, and reinforce mission accomplishment. This award is presented to Cadet Lucas King from Lehigh University. The USAA Warrior Spirit Award, presented by Mr. Joe Zettelmoyer, is presented to the cadet that best demonstrates the personal actions necessary to represent the Army profession, ethics, and officership while best exemplifying the warrior spirit. This award is presented to Cadet Blonde Samuels from the University of West Florida. The Armed Forces Bank Award is presented by Mr. Ron Moore to the cadet that best demonstrates respect for other cultures and people by effectively utilizing the training scenarios to demonstrate a mastery of cross-cultural competencies as they relate to a complex environment. This award is presented to Cadet Victoria Ann from Virginia Tech University. The Armed Forces Service Corporation Award is presented by Adam Williams to the top male and female cadet who achieved the highest score in Army physical fitness. This award is presented to Cadet Jack Monroe from Clemson University and Cadet Avery Rogers from Indiana University. The National Guard Association Award is presented by Lieutenant Colonel Retired Kevin Wallen. This award is presented to the top Army National Guard cadet in each regiment as determined by a regimental cadre board. This award is presented to Cadet Carlito Anchetta from Norwich University. The Recondo Award is presented to the cadet who has displayed individual superior performance and was a first-time go in the heavy physical band of the Army Occupational Physical Assessment Test, was a first-time go on written land navigation, achieving a score of 90% or higher, finding 5 out of 6 points on the land navigation course, was a first-time go on first aid in chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear defense events, completed the 6-mile foot march in 90 minutes or less, and qualified sharpshooter or better in basic rifle marksmanship. The following cadets from 6th Regiment are awarded the Recondo Badge and have been annotated in your program with an asterisk by their name. At the completion of the ceremony, today's awardees will return to the field for individual congratulations and photo opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving our awardees a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, the guest speaker for today's ceremony, Lieutenant General Donnie Walker, Deputy Commanding General for the United States Army Materiel Command.
All right, how's everybody doing? Who? Oh my goodness. John, I think you got a better one than I did, man. How's everybody doing? Who? All right, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. What an awesome way to kick off the weekend. Beautiful Saturday morning. Good Kentucky morning to everyone out here today. And, you know, John said I was going to talk 45 minutes. I guarantee you that that is not the case. So everybody relax, right? So all you cadets out there, I want you to rest. Go ahead, do it. Rest, shake it out. Relax, because I do have a few things to say that I want you to pay attention about. And, you know, General Evans told you I'm from Alabama, that's right. And he said the reason my remarks would be so long is because I talk slow, but not near as slow as those from North Carolina. I'll say that. And that's where he's from, all right? So, hey, right up front, all seriousness, I do want to thank my wingman and my battle buddy, General John Evans. We go way back for this invitation to come down here and talk to you all this morning. It's great to come back home to Fort Knox. I consider this my home, having done several tours here. And really, what I want to tell you, it's a distinct honor, and I do mean that, to address these 611 cadets and publicly recognize their accomplishments for graduating from advanced camp. Bottom line, you met the challenge. So congratulations to you. There's a lot of us in the audience here. You see a lot of green suiters. Talk about that here in a second, who have been right where you're at. Believe it or not, it was 35 years ago. That's 3.5 decades. If you're trying to keep up, that tells you how old I am. When I was in your boots, albeit they were black leather boots at the time with a spit shine, and we weren't wearing the OCP. It was OD Green Utilities, and some of the guys to my right can relate to that. But I was a junior at Auburn University then, and I remember a day just like today. Now, that's back when we had regions, and I was at Fort Riley, Kansas, but it was about as hot as you all are right now. But I remember it like it was yesterday, and I tell you that because this is a day that'll stick with you for the rest of your life. It's an important accomplishment, just as you heard John Evans tell the parents in the audience, and it's a great accomplishment. I want you to be proud of that. Special welcome to all our families. I don't think I've ever been to a ceremony where the stands were totally full. That's awesome. And all of our friends joining us today from this great community. We're so glad that the families joined us because let me tell you something. There's no question of how proud you must be of your cadet. My son, who's a cadre member here this summer, and I think he's in the audience, but about 5 years ago, he stood on this very field. So I know the pride that these parents have. I got some other wingmen in the audience, the Bodettes, the Mohans, Command Sergeant Major Retired Spates, who have graduates standing before us today. We're all proud, but I'm especially pleased that they're able to share this accomplishment with you, all you cadets. As I'll tell the families, as all these cadets continue their great journey in the Army, it will be no doubt only one of the many more accomplishments yet to come. I promise you that. Today we celebrate the hard work from what's come from these young men and women. The future, that's right, the future of our Army. Look across that field. What you're looking at is our country's future. And that's why I'm so proud to be here today. And I got to tell you, that looks pretty Army strong to me. Join me. I'd like all the audience to stand up because they deserve it one more time. Stand up and give me a big round of applause for these great leaders, the future of our Army. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. They deserve that. So, cadets, here's what I'll tell you. There's no greater honor and there's no greater privilege than to be a soldier. To serve our nation and our colors and in the defense of our sacred Constitution, millions of American heroes here before you stood their watch. And here's what I'll tell you. Soon, it'll be your turn. Along the way, opportunities are going to present themselves, and I'll tell you, heavy responsibilities are going to be placed on you. Based on what's been seen here at Cadet Command, and I spent a better part of the day with the 10th Regiment yesterday, but I'll tell you what we've seen here, particularly with the spirit of this class and regiment, I know you'll be ready. My first message to all of you, the future of our Army Corps, is there's no greater privilege than to serve with and lead soldiers. They are our nation's treasure. Never forget that. We're selecting you, because we require our best to lead, train, and take care of them. Today on this field, you're taking the first critical step towards that role and that responsibility. And it's an awesome one, but you're up to it. And for the families of these fine cadets that are here with us today and those at home watching online, thank you. Thank you for your support and your encouragement of your cadet. Parents, thank you for your encouragement for these young men and women in their pursuit of doing something bigger than themselves, to serve others and our nation as Army officers. Your cadets represent a very small fraction of our society that understand, but more importantly, will ever understand what our oath of office means. You should be forever proud of your cadets. You did good. You did really good, Mom and Dad, and the proof is right before you. And to the cadets on the field, I'm proud of you. Our Army's proud of you, proud of the training you've completed and the commitment you're making. The last 38 days have assessed your ability to demonstrate proficiency in basic officer leadership tasks. But the bottom line is the training you just completed is really the capstone of your ROTC experience. And it's going to build upon the foundations of leadership that will prepare you for the beginning of your Army service. I was talking to a cadet yesterday on the obstacle course, the confidence course, and I said, hey, what do you think about this training? And she told me she was so proud of the fact she was a first-time go on land nav. And that was what she was worried about coming in here. And she trained, and she went through it, and she was a first-time go. And I just can't tell you how ecstatic and proud she was of that. And I told her that's what the great thing about the Army is. You go through your training, and without even knowing it in your conscious, when it's time to execute, you can come through, even if you think you can't. That's the foundation that you've got here in this training. We want you all to grow as agile and adaptive leaders who critically think and can solve problems. We're looking for individuals that thrive in ambiguous, complex operating environment, and because of this world you will lead in, it's exactly that, ambiguous and complex. But what's most important here, however, is that when you march off this field, you do so with confidence in your abilities and in your skills and ability to perform under pressure. Moving forward as an Army officer, your experiences are going to vary, and you'll exercise leadership in all sorts of environments, ranging from peacekeeping, disaster relief, and perhaps even large-scale combat ops. But you'll serve as representatives of our military, the greatest military in the world, and you're going to come through. But above everything else, as I close up, I want to leave you with your most important, critical task. Call it your mission essential task, if you will, and if you forget everything else to include who your guest speaker was today, because I know you will, I want you to remember this. It's simply to take care of soldiers and their families. This Army is about people, and they are yours to inspire. I'm charging you now to find someone to lead, and I want you to lead every day and to always strive to make a difference in their lives. Go out and be great. In closing, I'll tell you one more time how proud we are as an institution about your achievements here and of the commitment you've made to our service. We're excited to have you join our ranks after commissioning, but more importantly, we're confident in your abilities and your training, and I look forward to seeing how you will innovate and lead our Army into the future. Above all, I look forward to serving with each of you next year as newly minted second lieutenants in the greatest Army on the face of the earth. Thank you all for attending today, and may God continue to bless this great profession that we call the Army and the United States of America. People first, winning matters, Army strong, hooah.
At this time, the Cadet Regiment will perform the ceremonial pass in review. Please remember to stand and render honors to the nation as the colors pass. Now passing the reviewing stand is the America's First Corps Band from Joint Base Lewis McChord, Washington, commanded by CW3 Robert M. Bronze, led by Drum Major Sergeant First Class Kenneth Edroy. Now passing the reviewing stand is the Commander of Troops for today's graduation, Cadet Justin Stapleton from Austin Peay State University. Now passing the reviewing stand is Alpha Company, led by Cadet Aldrich Cade from Marion Military Institute. Now passing the reviewing stand is Bravo Company, led by Cadet Justin Marcy from Minnesota State University.
Leadership excellence, sir!
Now passing the reviewing stand is the Color Guard, led by Cadet Tin Yu Chu from Youngstown State University. Now passing the reviewing stand is Charlie Company, led by Cadet Madeline Gordon from Syracuse University. Now passing the reviewing stand is Delta Company, led by Cadet Anthony Triconis from Texas A&M University, Central Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Army song. The words can be found in your program.
Sir, this concludes the ceremony. Leadership excellence, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the 6th Regiment Cadet Summer Training 2021 graduation ceremony. As a reminder, the ceremony can be viewed at futurearmyofficers.army.mil or youtube.com. Family and friends, please allow a few moments for your cadets to prepare for departure before joining them to the tents to the right side of the field. Each cadet has a different instruction depending on their next mission. If you have any questions after speaking with your cadet, feel free to ask any of the cadre members for clarification. For your enjoyment while you wait, we have a COVID-friendly small reception set up to the rear of the reviewing stand. Thank you for attending. Leadership excellence.